I guess out of the sunscreens that I have seen in the Indian market, I'd say this is one of the best ingredient lists that I have come across. I did break out with it. I did get like a few, closed comedones right here. Hello to all the wonderful humans. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well and welcome. I am Aboli and I make science-based skincare and hair care videos. If you are interested in that space, then consider subscribing to my channel. So today's video is going to be a sunscreen review. It is the Bello Photo Stable Sunscreen MU Gel, SPF 40, PA+++, broad spectrum protection. So let's see if the Photo Stable name is actually true. Is this sunscreen photo stable? Will it suit your skin type? Is it a good sunscreen? So let's start with the price and the packaging of the product. The price is $530 for 75 grams. It comes in the tube packaging with this. Yeah, let's talk about the texture of the product. As you can see here, it's stark white. Now it might seem like it might leave a white cast, however if you properly work it in your skin and wait for like 2-3 minutes, you won't see any white cast. However, I would like to say that it is a bit greasy. It's the typical sunscreen gels that we get outside. It is a bit greasy, but it does not leave a white cast, which is good. At least it does not leave a white cast for my skin tone. However, I feel that if your skin tone is a bit darker than mine, then it can leave a bit of the white cast. But as you can see, you work it in, you leave it for a few minutes and no white cast, but you see the glow. Yeah, so it is a bit greasy. Let's look at the claims of the product. According to the Bello brand, it has 8 hours of photo stability. Now that is a really difficult thing to get from a sunscreen, because almost all filters that they use are photo degradable, meaning UV rays can actually decrease the efficiency of the filters that they use. As we know, people keep telling you reapply sunscreen out after 2 to 3 hours. That is because the efficiency of the UV filters keep degrading as it comes in contact with UV rays. So 8 hours, bit of a stretch. Then it has broad spectrum protection, UVA, UVB. It is cosmetically elegant. It is water and sweat resistant and it matches your skin pH. It is hypoallergenic and non-comedogenic. So these are the claims of the sunscreen. Let's go and see if the ingredients and other things actually match with the claims, right? So I'm going to share my experience with this. For me, when I wore it indoors, it worked as a great sunscreen. I didn't find it to be very greasy. It did feel a bit heavy because according to them you have to put like 4 to 5 fingertips of sunscreen. That I feel it can be a bit heavy for oily skin types. Apart from that, there was no white cast, which is great, but when it came to reapplication even indoors, I felt that it can get like greasy on top of greasy on top of greasy, and I didn't like that feeling on my face. When I went outdoors, this thing amplified at least 10 times. This is the video, and as you can see here, I am not very happy with how greasy and heavy my skin feels. If you guys remember, I spoke about this in my Via Naturals versus niacinamide video, where I said that I wore a sunscreen, I went out and it was so bad. It was greasy, sweaty, everything was mixing, and I thought that 100% I'm going to get a pimple. It was actually this sunscreen. I did not like how this sunscreen felt on my skin outdoors. I live in Mumbai, it's getting really hot and humid, and I did not like this. So water and sweat resistant, I would say it is water resistant because when you put it and if you splash water, you can see the water actually trickling down and the water doesn't mix with the sunscreen. So definitely water resistant. However, it is not sweat proof at all. I wore it outdoors, not sweat proof, at least not for me at all. It does give broad spectrum protection. We'll talk about it when we talk about the ingredients. It is hypoallergenic, which might be, I'm not usually allergic to skincare products, so can't really comment on that. And about the non-comedogenic thing, I like to say a few things right here. First of all, the ingredients, none of the ingredients can be classified as comedogenic ingredients. However, the formulation is a bit greasy and thick, and when you apply that, and if you have oily skin like mine and you go outside and there's sweat and dust, and when everything mixes together, it can get comedogenic. I did break out with this product, like not because of this product, because of the whole situation that I was in. I did break out with it. I did get like a few closed comedones right here, and that usually does not happen if I wear like a silicone based sunscreen outdoors, but it did happen with this sunscreen. So non-comedogenic, maybe in a lab setting, but in real life with oily skin, not so much. Let's talk about directions of use and storage. On the packaging, they have written that you shouldn't store this at temperatures above 30 degrees Celsius. So if you live in a hot place like I do, where temperatures can get about 30 degrees, and I would recommend putting this in like a cupboard or drawer, which would not be as hot as if you keep it outside. They have also written that you shouldn't freeze it, so don't put it in the refrigerator. When it comes to directions for use, according to them, they have written that you should approximately apply 4 to 5 fingertip unit, which is sufficient to form a thin film on face and neck. However, I disagree. With 4 to 5 drops, it's going to be a thick layer on the skin. I apply 2 to 3 drops because more than that, it's like I'm suffocating my skin and my skin cannot breathe at all. So 2 to 3 fingertip is something that works for me. Then please apply it on your face, neck and ears. Do not forget your ears. After a few years, your ears will be your ears will be a bit darker than your face and your neck if you don't apply your sunscreen on your ears. So for the coming years, apply the sunscreen on your ears. So let's talk about skin types. According to me, dry, combination, normal skin types can definitely use this in all settings. If you have dry skin type, then I would recommend using a good moisturizer underneath the sunscreen if you feel that your skin will dry out easily. For oily skin types, I would recommend maybe skipping the moisturizer in summers and just directly putting on the sunscreen, because it will act as a moisturizer, and I do not recommend this for outdoors. Now let's talk about the ingredients. Now the ingredients of the product is what impressed me the most. Now this is one of the best sunscreens I have seen in India, because the amount of filters and the amount of quality filters that it has is just mind-blowing. So I am going to use this as an indoor sunscreen. I have put it on under the makeup also. First is the ethyl hexyl methoxycinnamate, which is there in almost all the sunscreens, which is a bit problematic because as we know, it can is the important word, cause hormonal imbalances. It has not been proven to cause hormonal imbalances, but it can. So if you are pregnant or lactating, avoid using sunscreens with this filter in it. Also, if you have a bit of hormonal imbalances already, then I would also recommend not using this sunscreen. Use a mineral sunscreen. Next filter, which is the methylene bis benzotriazolyl tetramethyl phenol, or Tinosorb M. Now this is a broad spectrum filter, works on both UVA, UVB, a really good filter, and I'm so happy that they have used this. This also is a very photo stable filter. Now the next one is the ethyl hexyl triazone, which is Juvenil T150. Now this I think works against UVB, but this is also a very photo stable ingredient, owing to the name photo stable. The next one is bis ethyl hexyloxyphenol methoxyphenyl triazine, which is Tinazorb S. Now this is a broad spectrum filter, again a very stable filter, which again owes to the name photo stable. Then the next one is diethylamino hydroxybenzoyl hexyl benzoate, which is Juvenil A plus. Now this I think works against UVA, again a very stable filter. So these are the filters that they have used, and as preservatives they have used parabens. If you are a person who's scared of parabens, wake up and smell the coffee. Parabens are not bad. If you see products with parabens, be happy, because they are a really good group of preservatives. I guess out of the sunscreens that I have seen in the Indian market, I'd say this is one of the best ingredient lists that I have come across. I'd say if you're looking for a good broad spectrum sunscreen, Bello Photo Stable definitely is. However, it is not sweat proof, so remember that. So you guys have seen my review on the Photo Stable sunscreen. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any more queries, you can put it down in the comment section and I will definitely answer them. That's it. Until next time. Bye.